It was in a March 19th special report filed by the federal receiver that GBB's David Manning informed the court that hazardous waste was detected on property the Guam Solid Waste Authority has been evaluating to expand the footprint of the Dededo Residential Transfer Station. The expansion is necessary to comply with permit conditions on the solid waste facility permit for the Ladzon landfill. According to the March 19th report, PCB was detected on the proposed northward expansion site, which is the property of the Chamorro Land Trust Commission. GBB provided multiple mitigation options with price tags ranging anywhere between $1.2 million to $24.8 million. It also proposed deviating from plans to expand north and instead expand west. The contamination in GBB's new proposal to head west has left many questions for Guam EPA, such as why it took so long for the federal receiver to inform his agency about the contamination. According to Guam EPA Administrator Eric Palacios, environmental assessments typically take weeks or months, not years.
And especially this particular point in time to bring all of these issues to light. We understand that the Phase 1 assessment was done in 2011. The Phase 2 was done in 2013, and so again that gap of 2 years is something that we're questioning. I mean, if the argument is that potential contamination could lead to groundwater contamination, we would expect that the receiver move in due haste, and maybe it shouldn't have taken 2 years to conduct the second assessment and then 3 months later to release the results.
Guam EPA suggests that the most cost-effective way is for GBB and GSWA to stick with expanding northward, but not on the contaminated property. Palacios says that area will be partitioned off and will be cleaned by those found responsible for the environmental mess.
We are going to determine who the last known lessees are, and we're going to go after them for the cleanup and mitigation costs, to include the contaminated area.
According to Palacios, the limited expansion to the north would still be permittable by Guam EPA and in compliance with the consent decree requirements.
At this point, I'm not sure that expansion to the west might be the best option, because we'd have to again do an entire Phase 1 assessment and an entire Phase 2 assessment, and I'm just not sure how long that process would take based on the time frame it took to do the assessments on the north property.
If it took 2 years for the 2 assessments for the northward expansion, Palacios is concerned that it could take another 2 years to evaluate the site to expand west, and in that instance would be beyond the federal receiver's own December timeline of completion for the consent decree and transition to GSWA.